again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors with me, Delta Sierra, and the Rural Deputy. Today we actually have something pretty cool for you. It's a stand. No, I'm joking. So the Deputy, as you know, makes impulse buys that makes me pretty mad and jealous and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just hand it over to him to let you know what he spent his money on this time.
Right. Like anybody, I'm the victim of bullying. So we had talked about doing a few competition shoots this year just for fun. And I was looking at the VP9. Because obviously you show up with a staccato, it's a different class, they expect you to be here, I'm not. So I was looking at the VP9. Well, Delta here and Rod, our friend of the channel, like, oh, you gotta get a PDP, you gotta be. So there's a lot of peer pressure, right? It's like your neighbors mow the yard and then you have to go mow the yard. So me being me, peer pressure, like I teach the kids, you don't have to give into it. But if you're gonna give into it, you outdo it. That's the way to go. You have to establish dominance. So I did pick up a PDP compact. It's the Pro Enhanced, it's clear, on one of my excursions. And so I decided to do this as my competition project. So over the differences between the Pro and the regular, like this one, 4-inch barrel, 18 round mag. It does have the polymer magwell, the flat faced dynamic performance trigger in it. And then as much as I wanted to go with the closed emitter optic on it, just because I don't have one yet, again, peer pressure and a lot of reviews, which is what we do honestly before we buy anything. We do a lot of review watches. So I went with the HoloSun SCS because it's a direct mount. Now, I'm not a fan of polymer sights. The Austrians ruined that one for me, but we're gonna see how they go. So you got the rear adjustable, the standard front post, and with the SCS, it's a direct mount, so you can actually co-witness your factory sights. You don't have to go to suppressor height or anything like that. And from what I understand, like between the Enhanced versus the Pro SD is the magwell, the extension on the mags, and the trigger shoe are polymer instead of aluminum.
And the SD is the one that just has the threaded barrel, right?
Yeah, and it's got the threaded barrel.
A nice thing that, see, I have the SCS that was made for the VP9 on the VP9, right? But the nice thing about the SCS is also that battery, which doesn't have a battery compartment. It literally is solar powered. And according to Aaron Cowan at Sage Dynamics, every time it gets into a light source, not necessarily the sun, it literally charges up that 50,000 hours again, which is freaking awesome.
And like with the HoloSun and their recharging, and I've done this from personal experience, I've gone to do a low light shoot or something, and the battery on my patrol rifle was dead on the optic. So high intensity flashlight, a few minutes over that panel, and boom, you have optic juice for 10 minutes.
That's awesome. And one of my favorite features of this combination that you have, see, I couldn't do that with mine because I had the V1 optics plate, so or optics cut. So basically I had to get a plate for whatever optic I use, and I ended up getting a Romeo X with a plate with it. But the nice thing about this one, which is also different from the VP9 one, is the serrations on the slide kind of look like they run into the actual optic because it's direct mount, and it was made specifically for this pistol. So it looks like part of the pistol. It doesn't look like something you slapped on top, you know?
Right.
I love that. That looks really slick.
And with no adapter plate, there's less to work loose. You know, like I said, I did a fair amount of research actually before. I still count it as an impulse buy because I went to look, right? Looking at the PDP, and the guy brings out 3 boxes, and this isn't one of them. I'm gonna take a cool one. You know, not that they aren't all cool, but this one was more cool. So, you know, we do the research, you know, because we're not sponsored, we're not funded. We buy or borrow everything that we use. So we try to stick to what we like. And honestly, just the little bit I've run it so far, I'm impressed. I like the trigger. The trigger for me, because as we've talked, there's a difference to me between a range trigger and a duty trigger. So, you know, for a duty trigger, I don't want that super light, super easy, you know, the hair trigger. It's just too much potential for something to not good happen, right? Now the optic, a little smaller window than what I'm used to with the 508 that I run, or the Vortex Defender ST. Honestly, not a huge difference for me. I mean, I didn't have any problem picking it up. It's almost a little bit easier to pick up your dot. And now I did something weird, right? Like I read the instruction book, parts of it, I skimmed.
Give me your man card.
So Hollow Sun from the factory does a rough 0 at 25 yards. So before I brought it out to the range, I put the cartridge bore sighter in, and at 10 to 15, the dots were just on top of each other. So we brought it out to do the 10-yard 0, and it was, I mean, I'd call it, it's sitting within an inch, I'd call it at a 25-yard 0, so we just left it out of the box.
Yeah.
The windage was perfect. Everything was spot on.
No, that's for sure. No, see, and again, like you said with the trigger, man, I love the break on the Walther trigger. It's a very glassy feel to it. Even, all right, so my not good enough anymore PDP. See, I love my PDP. That's my EDC. Between that and the VP9, I have a hard time choosing. So again, my trigger has got more uptake and that kind of stuff, and a really crisp and clean break. I love it. I think it's awesome, but this one is just awesome.
Yeah, this one,
it's just something different.
The uptake on this one has minimal resistance, so you can feel when you're moving through the uptake. The brake, very crisp, very clean, very nice. The reset is very tactile, and it's almost like a bit more of a spring assist on that force, like a forced reset, because you can feel it actually want to push forward.
Yeah, and makes for a fast shooting gun. But I like what you're doing here, because you have some competition features on it, but it's a compact, so you can carry it if you want to, right?
Right, because like you, everything I own is multi-purpose.
Yeah, be proficient with what you're going to carry, right? So that's one of the beauty parts of doing competition. So I would suggest let's go out and shoot this thing, so I can throw mine away and having to buy this one, one of these. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. .76. All right, one more. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. 1.62. That piece good. All right.
Ready?
Yep. .58. All right, and my cadence is a little bit off there.
Shooter ready?
Yep. Stand by.
That's better.
It's smoother. Mozambique, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. .27. All right. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. 1.24. That's nice. That is very nice.
Shooter ready?
Yep. Stand by.
.29. All right, shooter ready. Stand by. .23.
Weird. I went like boom, boom, boom instead of like boom, boom, boom. So there you have it, guys. What an absolutely fantastic shooting pistol. That trigger is a thing of beauty, even though with the bull drills my cadence was a bit off, but that's just me. I've been doing that lately for some weird reason. Again, back to your optic, right? What I really like about that, and I noticed this with the VP9 as well, remember when you said it was a little bit easier picking up that green dot?
Great.
So I think one of the reasons that was given why it's so effective is because if you're used to presenting your iron sights, with it being so low riding, that's exactly where the dot's going to be. Also, the smaller window in my brain, I don't know if it's just me, it feels like it focuses down where you're looking, and that's where it's going to hit. You know, it really focuses down your target. I love it. I think it's a fantastic purchase, man.
Like I said, I am happy with the optics so far. I watched a lot of reviews on it that are going to function test at a level that I don't, because we don't have that kind of funding. But, you know, like I said, so far I'm happy with it. You know, it was pretty well dialed in out of the box. Direct mount, you can use the screws that come with the cover, or they give you 2 screws with it. And for $350 on a quality optic, you know, for as much as everybody wants to knock, all right, it's made in China, I don't care. We don't get political here. I buy what works. And when you're looking at the cost versus the features, I mean, I'm not what you call an optics expert, but to me, HoloSun has a crisper dot than my Vortexes do, and I'm running about half and half. But the solar panel, the internal battery, the constant recharge, you don't find that on much else.
So yeah, I mean, again, great shooting pistol. And this one comes with 2 18-round mags, doesn't it? 3 18. I hate you even more.
Yeah, this one came with the 3 18-round mags. It's got the medium backstrap on there now. You've got a small, and then it's got a large that comes up underneath of the beaver tail. And your little tool and your sight adjustment tool and stuff. And like the gun lock that I give that to the dog to chew on. And nobody uses those.
Yeah, and again, I'm glad you crossed over to the executive pistol, because this is associated with James Bond, Walther, so he was a bit skeptical. I don't want a blue or a white collar guy.
Yeah, I'm not a white collar guy, so it just felt weird buying anything that said Walther.
So I'm going to give you some really good news in that regard. So apart from the fact that you still have to wear a bow tie when you carry it,
right.
Some really good news in that regard. This was actually announced at some other, like the European version of SHOT Show, that these guys have actually been adopted by special forces in Europe. The German special forces are running them now. So now it just kind of it's now more multi-purpose, right?
Right, I did see that. And honestly, like with the competition project, one of the things with the VP9 is, I like the HK line. I've had a few of them. I love them. They've got the little wings on the back for the charging. The serrations on this, super aggressive. Like it actually widens they widen the slide out just to make the serrations deeper. So if your hands are cold, wet, wearing gloves.
So you don't need those wings that the HK has.
Right.
No, they're great. Like I said, this pistol was incredibly well designed. Its ergonomics is fantastic. The serrations work perfectly, and it looks slick. Because, you know, that's what it's all about. Just as long as it looks cool, it doesn't matter how it shoots.
Right. And like you found out with your PDP, they're actually, when he was doing some research, how they word it, but they're designed for a red dot ergonomic. So the grip is designed to bring your dot into view when you present.
Yeah, and that's true. It's very quick to find that dot on a PDP. It's weird. But yeah, I think that's what we got for you guys on the Walther PDP Pro Enhanced. Yes, I hate this guy now because now I want all that stuff on mine. But yeah, guys, you can't go wrong with the PDP in my opinion. Closing thought?
Despite my resistance to actually buy one, I'm happy with it. And my resistance to buy the SCS instead of the 509 or the EPS, the closed emitter carrier, I'm happy with that too.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know what you think of the PDP and the new line that they brought out, the Pro line. There's a bunch of different ones. Tell us what your experiences are with them. And as always, guys, if you had a bit of fun with us, learned something new today, again, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. That helps out everybody in the 2A community. And you all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.